Hey guys, what's up? Quick video on something I discovered. I stumbled upon by pure accident, pure luck. I was training shoulders, and you guys know I made a video about if you want to get your shoulders bigger, you should do more presses on top of the laterals. Simply because I explained how for your chest you do at least 3 pressing movements. For your back, we do at least 3 or 4 pulling and rowing movements. Every body part, we do 3 or 4 compound movements for that body part. But for shoulders, somehow we only do one press, and then we start doing front raises and laterals because we see down in a lot of bodybuilders' routines. But I explained how by doing more presses, your shoulders actually get bigger because once again, comparing other body parts, why would you just do one compound movement? That's like doing chest with on the chest day you only do bench press and then you just do 3 flies. That's the equivalent of going to the gym and only doing one pressing movement. And I realized when I started doing more pressing movements, 2 to 3 different pressing movements on the same shoulder day, my shoulders got a lot bigger. I finally got some compliments on my front delts in like less than 2 3 weeks. So I made a video about that, and I thank God I got a lot of feedback from subscribers saying they actually tried doing more pressing movements in their shoulder routines, and in a matter of weeks, not months, they already started seeing results on their shoulders. It's common sense. But anyway, so I was experimenting on the shoulder workout. I was doing different exercises, and I realized my shoulders were getting really big, my front delts. And then I went over to real delts, which I normally do 1 to 2 exercises max on, and I tried something new for the first time. 'Cause like I said, I like trying new things, just experiment. You only have one life. Experiment. Don't be stuck doing the same thing your whole life. So I did 4 exercises for real delts that day. I just wanted to see. So I did a reverse pec deck. I did face pulls. I did bent over laterals, and I did incline laterals just to see what was gonna happen. And I did that before doing my side laterals. Usually I start off with front delts and side delts and real delts. But this time I started with real delts. So I had this insane pump in my real delts, right? Then I went to the dumbbell rack to start doing side laterals, and I walk up to the rack and I look in the mirror. Now mind you, I started with real delts on my shoulder day, just for that one day. My width was ridiculous. Like I literally looked wider. And I figured, okay, I'm pumped, but I'm pumped in my real delts. Why do my, side delts, even my side delts were not pumped because I went like this to check. All the blood was back here. But for some reason, it gave me the illusion of being bigger. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, that's against everything I read. Since when I thought that real side delts were the only thing that contributed to your width. But surprisingly, real delts contribute to your width because, now this is my theory, I'm not sure. I got to do more research on that. I got to ask my biology professor. But I'm thinking maybe it's because obviously my real delts will pump. And if your real delts are pump, yeah, the blood is going to be in your shoulder area. So, that might play a part. But the pump I'm talking about, I was stupid wide. Like, I had never seen that before, even from doing side laterals. Usually when I do like supersets or drop sets or side laterals on my biggest side lateral, on my biggest side deltoid pump, I was never that wide. And that day I was wide only from real delt super volume. So I'm thinking my theory is probably because the real delts are probably like underneath the side delt, the way they insert it. I'm not sure. Like I said, don't quote me on this. And if the real delt is underneath the side delt, and if the real delt gets bigger, then it should push the side delt out. So that's my theory. Maybe that's the reason why. But once again, I'm a fucking detective. I was just gonna leave it and say, well, that's good to know. I went home and started doing research, and I was looking at people who had super developed real delts, and I realized they also had super wide, this crazy wide frame. So I thought, well, maybe they just do a lot of side laterals. And I looked at people like Jay Cutler and Antoine Fairlien. I looked at a lot of naturals that specialize in real delts, that talked a lot about real deltoids, and they had these crazy waves. So I thought, well, I spoke with different people, and I thought, hey, why do you think by having to pump in my real delts, my width looked fucking ridiculous, And that was before doing side delts. And why is it that when I do side delts, I'm not as wide? So pretty much, let me show you guys. I'll draw a little picture here. This is your typical average Joe that goes to the gym, right? Probably looks familiar to some of you guys, but I don't know why. It's pure coincidence. The real deltoid is back here. I shaded this region. That's the back view of your average Joe. Real deltoid is back here. For some reason, when it was pumped, pretend that was me. When it was pumped from the front, I was ridiculously wide. I don't understand why. I had a tank top on, and that was before doing side lateral. So I'm thinking maybe if the real delts are inserted beneath the side delts, it will make sense that if the real delts are pumped, then they will push the side delt outward. But actually, that's just in theory. I don't have any science on it. I'm just gonna do more research. But for now, I'm advising you guys. Trust me. If you're already doing my advice about shoulders and doing more pressing movements, try doing at least three high volume exercises for your real delts on shoulder day, and look in the mirror and see if your width is not completely different. If you don't believe me, go to a gym on shoulder day, take a picture of yourself before you work out, then do side laterals until your side delts is ridiculously pumped, right? And take a picture of that. Then on a different day, go and do real delts first, 3 or 4 exercises for real delts, crazy volume. And before you even do side laterals, take a picture. You will see that you look really, really wider after doing the real delts than the side delts. That does not mean I'm going to stop doing side delts. Hell no, I'm still going to do my side delts. But from now on, based on what I find out, and based on what other research I do on this, I'm definitely throwing at least 3 exercises for real delts on shoulder day. And I'm not surprised. I mean, the real delt is a big muscle. It's a strong muscle. You could do real laterals with a lot more weight than you could do side laterals. Also because the teretus major and minor come into play and it's part of your back. But even if you isolate your real delts by slouching forward, your real delts can still lift a lot more than your medial delts. So I'm thinking maybe it's because it's bigger or stronger. I don't know. But just hope that helps. That's just what I discovered last week, and I'm going to do a lot of more experiments on this with different people, and I see that the results are consistent. So as for now, you have a new way to make your shoulders bigger and wider. Alright guys, hope that helps. If you did, if not, like it anyway. And by the way, thanks for the rock songs. I made a video asking people to tell me the best rock songs that start off with like a good drum thing, whatever. I'm looking at some of the songs right now. It's a lot. Thank you guys for your feedback. Much appreciated. I found a lot of cool songs. I'm gonna make a video about that. I appreciate the feedback. Thanks a lot.